I know this is probably like part 3 of my video, but like I said, it's a long story, and I don't want to do almost an hour talking to you guys. So I'm going to try and divide these up by 20 minutes like I have been, and just do part 1, part 2, part 3, or however many. I would call her in tears, telling her I didn't want to be here anymore. Come get me. And as petty as it sounds, she's glaring at me. She's doing this to me. I'm being told that she's going to jump me in school. But if I go to the principal, nothing's done. I'm the problem. I'm starting it. I'm the one harassing her. And I'm showing him my phone. I'm like, this is what she's saying. How am I bullying her? Well, I'm not responding back, or I'm telling her to leave me alone, or that's not true, or anything else. Never a threat, never nothing. If anything was mostly threatened, it was, I'm going to call the cops. I'm done. We're getting the cops involved. You're done. I want no more with you. Period. And I got in-school suspension left and right that my mom didn't even know. Didn't even know. My mom had enough. Both my parents. My dad is in law enforcement. And he wouldn't do anything. He didn't have to. It was his school. And by God damn it, he will run it the way he sees fit. And your daughter is the bullier. She needs to change. They saw the messages. They knew what was being said. They knew what I was saying and knew how I felt. They didn't want to lose their daughter. My mom, I guess, had gone and got restraining orders on both of them on my behalf because I was a minor. And boy, that was the happiest day of her life. One of them, at least. Because she did use it to her advantage. I will say that in a little bit. She took the restraining orders, walked in the office. So-and-so here, the principal. Hey, he's in his office. Okay. She walked straight to his office, didn't even listen to the secretary saying, wait, you can't go back. And he was, what is your deal? She threw the 2 documents on his desk and said, you might not think there's a problem here, but the police of this town do, the sheriff's department does, and the court does. A judge. Here are 2 restraining orders against them. You switch them out of her classes, you keep them away, or I will take you to court. And you will have to explain to a judge that this is your school. This is a judge telling you to stop it. To protect her. You make those calls now and get them out of her class. Well, I can do it. I know they're in her class right now. What are you going to do if I call that in right now? And this is in effect as of now. They both can go to juvenile detention for violating it, even though they haven't been served yet. But I'm serving you. He called and they were removed out of my class. Any classes I had with them. They were removed. He left the restraining order be. He accepted that's where it was going to go. Her, on the other hand, I was still going to ISS, in-school suspension. I had my own chair in the office, basically that the secretaries would just point to the chair I always sat in, and I knew, okay, I'm here for ISS. I make myself comfy. And just sat. I wasn't allowed to do homework. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I wasn't allowed to read. I couldn't even go to the bathroom, even though the bathrooms were like right there where they could see me. They wouldn't let me go. It was ridiculous. And that is why, with my degree of criminal justice, I want to help people like that who didn't do anything except just be there. I finally got her to stop. Stop for a little bit. And even I say what I did was wrong. I'm not saying I beat her up or nothing. I'm not saying that. I considered it. And I had only said 2 times I had only threatened her. One day, my locker was all the way down here. Her locker was all the way on the other side. So I'd have to walk by hers to get my stuff. I'm at my locker one day. This is when the restraining orders are on. And there's cameras in the hallway. And all I did was just document it. Just waiting. Because I know he wasn't going to do anything about her. So, she's sitting there, blabbing off her mouth. Oh, you think a restraining order is going to stop me from getting to you and making sure you get what's yours? She's with my ex. She's with our old friends because I stopped talking to them. And they're talking and yakking and they're just running. She's running her mouth the most out of all of them. He's got his mouth shut. He knows. In the years that we had known each other, my temper will go. My patience was thin with either. Even if he had stopped and left me alone with that restraining order on, he knew not to push it. He knew eventually I would snap. She's running her mouth, calling me all these names. Everybody's watching it. No one does anything. Nobody stops it. She's going on and calling me a bitch, calling me a slut, calling me a hoe. At the time, I hadn't had sex. I was still a virgin. That's what pissed me off the most. When she was known, and she had even told me herself, that she was having sex and she was sleeping with random dudes. 8th, 9th grade. Lovely lady. And this is what scared her. I actually put the fear of God in her. To this day, even with the restraining orders off, she knows. It's still on if you're going to come at me. It is still on. So, she's running her mouth. I'm by my locker. I have my other friend talking to me, who, not affiliated with them, doesn't agree what they did, or our other friends. She's like, don't do it. They're not worth it. Just don't say anything. I'm not gonna. She's running her mouth. I'm walking away because there's a door for the girls' locker room there and there. Well, it's closer to my locker if I walk there instead of going around the corner to go in. She's like, let's go in the locker room. She says quietly, let's go in the locker room. Just sit there. You know, we're on break. Just go sit there and just she'll leave you alone, hopefully. Okay. So we're starting to walk. She's like, oh, you're so scared walking away from me, you punk ass bitch. You can't take me. I had enough. That was my final straw. My hand hurt for a couple days, but it was worth it. I sat there, I don't know, I had had enough. I was walking away, stopped dead in my tracks when she told me that. And my friend said, don't. You better don't say anything. And of course my ex knew. He's like, take it back. Take it back. Don't run your mouth in it. Either take it back or shut up. Don't talk. Oh, why? I'll say what I want to this little bitch. She's just a running her mouth. Started making fists at my sides, digging my nails in my hand. I'm like, I'm counting. I'm like, God, I've had it. This intense anger. And I've only felt that way 2 or 3 times in my life. That being one. And I balled my fist so tight, I had slammed it so hard. I don't know whose locker I hit. Didn't put a dent in it, thank God. But I had banged my hand pretty hard on there and smacked it pretty hard to where from right here, even though I got here was contact, from here to like right here, I didn't feel my hand for a couple days. It hurt. I couldn't close it. I couldn't open it. I had slammed it so fucking hard. He knew I was done. I was willing to do whatever at that point. That was my breaking point. Dude, just stop. You gotta, don't say, ooh, you hit a locker. You're so bad. You're so this. You're so that. You think you're hot shit? I turned right around. Full body. I stared her. It must have scared him because he took a step back and he knew. Everyone else took a step back. Her, ooh, scary look on your face. Took one step towards her. She took one back. Took one step towards her, even though she was a good distance away. Like I said, a good chunk of a hallway away from each other. I took a step. She took one back. I took a step. She took one back. I stopped. And I must have looked like a freaking mad woman at that point, because I remember smiling. And in my head, I'm thinking, ooh, I'm walking? Nothing? Or did I put the fear of God in you? Took one more to prove my point. She took one back and she was behind these people at that point. And I told her, I said, that's what I thought. I am tired of this. I am done. I've never thought about hurting you. I've never thought about doing anything, but you're pushing it. And I told her, I said, you're pushing it. There is only so far you can push me. And I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of bending down anymore to you, you ungrateful little slut. Mind you, a restraining order was on. Didn't get in trouble for that one. She didn't want to report that she started it. Got away with that one at least, and I didn't report it. She knew. At least I hope she knew. Because even to this day, if she sees me, she'll go the other way. She knows. Even though that was how many years ago, and I'm 21 going on 22 next month. She still knows. And I made that comment too, because she was still doing it. I said, you know what? That restraining order is going to end. That's protecting you from me and protecting you from me. It will be up, and my patience will eventually. It stopped for a while after that. Friend brought me in the bathroom, checked my hand. She asked if I could feel it, and she's like, are you okay? I said, I don't feel anything. But the bullying still continued until I left school. And my family was shocked because we had moved up here for a better life. I'm originally from Arizona. Like down Arizona. And we moved up to Minnesota for a better life, better education, better this, better, not as much crime. For us children to have a better life. Better education. Both my parents, my mom's from Fargo, my dad's from Battle Lake. I mean, it's what do you do? And my advice with that is, you know, there are some days. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had thought about it. I had thought about taking pills. I had an old scarf. I still have the scarf. I don't use it as much. That I would wrap and start pulling. Now, I'm not making a suicide how-to video. I mean, cutting. I didn't even like cutting. But I mean, I would cut like right here, little niches on my legs, by my ankle, on my thigh. Not deep, because I didn't want to die. There was some part of me that I didn't want to die. But I felt so helpless. And at times, I would think, everyone would be better off without me. If I just end it, this all goes away. It stops. Now to be 15, 16, thinking about suicide. Crazy. I mean, like I said, there's new stuff put in place for online bullying, in schools even. But nothing compares. Nothing compares to thinking somebody loves you and that they want to be with you, even at that young age, to doing everything with each other, and then when they're gone, what do I do? I'm always texting him, calling him, or he's calling, texting me, or we're doing stuff. I became very big into Facebook. Farmville especially. I haven't played it in a while. That's all I do. Watch YouTube videos, TV, anime, read. I read tons of books. I've got like a library. My mom has threatened me with a Kindle. I have her old Kindle and I barely use it. I rather have paper books. My house looks like a library, even though my books are packed up right now. No one should make you feel that way. Whether they are your boyfriend, your friends. I lost a lot of friends. over this. Because, and this was their main thing, we're not picking sides. Well, you guys picked a side. And there are people I don't talk to. But yet, if they see me in public, they'll glare at me, they'll follow me around a little bit. So I don't get out much. Even now, I'm too busy with this is my senior year in college. I didn't think I was going to go to college because my GPA was so shitty in high school that when I transferred schools in the middle of 10th grade, it was hard to bring my scores back up and to want to be going to school, to be interested in school, to be there. I worked tooth and nail for my grade. Yeah, did I go into college on academic probation? Yeah. Not proud of it, but I got into the school that I want. In that first semester, yeah, I was on it. Was in there every day, more than what I needed to be on my 4 hours a week. In there studying, getting homework help if I needed it. Just working my ass off. To when I went to spring classes, I was off probation. I was off academic probation. And my mom cried. Because when I got off, it was a 2 point something. Almost a, what was it? It was 2 point something. It wasn't close to a 3, but the following fall, when I went in fall, I had a 3.0. And I've kept my grade at a 3.0. I hope to graduate with a little over than a 3.0 over in my last fall and spring, because I'll walk in May. But because of how my life was back then, and too, my parents were going through a divorce, I mean, it was a sucky time. At that age, you're finding out who you are, what do you want to do, what is your goal in life? Who are you? And I'm sorry if the video is wobbling. I noticed that as I put it on that box on my bed. But who do you want to be? Don't ever think death is the way out. I believe in God. I'm not here to preach about Christianity. I'm Lutheran. Sure, I'm not in church every Sunday. I don't need to be. I'm comfortable with me now. I have an amazing man. 2 years older than me. Amazing man. Who loves me. He's been hurt. Not as bad as I have. I've always got cheated on by my exes and everything for a much more prettier girl, bigger boobs. I really don't have anything, really. Bigger boobs. We'll put out more for them. I don't believe sex is a major component of a relationship. I'm sorry. Even he knows that, and he agrees. It's the personality. It's who you are. What makes you come alive? I mean, like I said, I talked about packing boxes. Hopefully by the end of the month, we're closing on a house. I'm graduating college. Not this, not obviously this year of 2007, but in spring of May. May 18. I'm ready. I'm happy. I'm still trying to figure out who I even am. I still like anime. I still like watching some kids' shows. I'm sorry. That's me. And he wouldn't change it for the world. Because when I start gushing over an anime or a children's movie, like, God, what's the new one I wanted to go see? The Boss Baby. I told him it looked cute. We had saw the Storks movie. Cute. And he'll just look at me and I'll be like, what? He's like, you're so adorable. I love you. He's not the most romantic guy in the world, but I mean, he accepts me for me, and he has promised to never hurt me like they did, like all the others before him. But that was one of my most bad relationships. Even being that young, I maybe had like 4 or 5, and I think he's 5. And we're happy. Even though, yeah, we got some stuff in his life and with his son, but we can manage that. It's not to where I want to kill myself. I found my rock and he's found his. We're that happy, but don't let anybody make you feel like shit. And that's kind of why I'm very socially awkward. I don't know if you can tell in my videos or not, but I am. That I'm not one that's going to be up and going like, hi, my name is this. You know, what's your... I'm not like that. You have to get me to open up, and once you do, I don't shut up. Obviously, you can tell since this is my third video, and I'm not making another one, so I'm sorry if this goes longer than 20 minutes, that it's who you are. Don't let anyone make you feel that way. If you have a gut feeling, go with it. And like I said, I've talked to this guy, my ex. He's now a sex offender. He ended up sleeping with somebody that was 11 who said she was 16 and gave birth at 12. He is now a sex offender for life. He's sitting in prison. Me and him have had time to talk. The reason why he left me, he says he never had sex with her. I don't know and I don't believe it. I'm not going to ask. That he left was because of drugs. He got so addicted to drugs in the ending of our relationship, I guess, that it was more important than me. And that he wasn't good enough for me. I should be with somebody better. Well, if you feel that way, that is not the way to break up with somebody. I am sorry. That is not the right way. I swear to God, that is not, Then tell them. Tell your partner how you feel. Don't sit there and hide this all in. And to be drugs because she had drugs? Didn't know until he told me about it. Did not know. And he's tried everything, he told me. He's tried cocaine even, and struggles with that. And he's back in prison due to another violation. I don't know what the violation was. I'm not going to ask. But that's not his first time sitting in prison either. Or jail. That is something he has to live with himself. That's where I say in the beginning, karma's a bitch. I'm waiting for her to get hers. I don't know what's going on in her life, nor do I want to. But anytime she sees me, she and leaves. That's like I was talking to a friend of mine, and of course, like I said, she hadn't seen me in how long, so she didn't know how long my hair, because when I left, my hair was like here maybe, and I dyed it like this. I now look back, and my mother was right, this atrocious black, brown hair box crap. And so she didn't know. I was like I am now. I'm not dressed as nice because I had class today and I'm really tired. Weekend is here. Thank God it's Friday. That she didn't know it was me. She doesn't know who I was dating. I don't know if she knows now. I got no idea, nor do I care. Me and my old friend who I've still talked to, but sadly we don't anymore. Because we had another falling out. And we've known each other as long as I've been dating that guy. And so she sees her and thinks, oh, I'm going to go talk to her. Because she has no idea she's talking to me. My friend says, oh, she's coming. I really don't want to talk to her. I'm like, what do you mean? She must not know that it's you. So I turn and look and it just... Bye! Saw me and it was, oh shit. And left. My boyfriend had asked, who was that girl? Why did she run? So do you remember so-and-so that he left me for? He's like, yeah, that was her. He left you for her? She looks like a fucking fish. Me and my friend cracked up and I said, that was the nickname for her in high school, was Fish. She wasn't beautiful. She wasn't, he's like, she looks like a trashy whore. Apparently the drugs were worth it. But my advice, and I'm not that good at this. All I can say is, here's my mistakes. Learn from them. I mean, yeah, I'm young again and I'm saying I'm in love again. But this time I found somebody who actually wanted. We'd known each other for 4 years. Dated for 3. He tried for a year, asking me everything. I said, no, I'm not ready yet. I actually lost a friendship shortly after that bad one because of that. Because he wanted to date and I wasn't ready and I lost that friendship. And I do regret that. I really do. There's no talking to that one and fixing that. But I mean, don't let anybody ever tell you you are not worth it. The world would be a better place without you. Go kill yourself. Screw them. Here I am, a senior in college. You can tell it's Friday, right? In college, ending that part of my life and going on to better things. We have a wedding date picked out right now. Oh, we have an estimate on when we're getting married. You just gotta hurry up and ask. Because he wants to start planning now. I'm like, well, gotta ask. It's not how it works. You can't just, this is our wedding date. So he's gotta ask, and hopefully it's soon. Or else I'm just gonna start poking him. Be like, the date's coming up in a year, We're planning in 2019 to get married. And don't let anybody, it's not worth it. If those are the type of people, friends that you're hanging around and they're telling you, go beat them up, do that, they're not your friends. And I learned that the hard way. At the end of the day, pick people you want to be around. That's my honest advice. Get to know them. Look at their personality. Look at how they are. Look how they treat others. Because the people who I used to be friends with, they're still fucking that way. I'm not gonna lie. They have not changed. And one of them is pregnant right now. I don't know how she got pregnant. I don't know. I don't care. She's my age. And as far as I don't know if she has a boyfriend or whatever, so it looks like she's gonna be a single mom. That's my advice. Don't let anybody tell you that. Don't sell yourself short. You don't deserve that. Nobody does. No one should be able to treat you that way at all. You should feel safe. You shouldn't feel that way. Don't. That is my advice. Stand up. Keep telling the truth, even though I'm still tired of telling the truth. I do it all the time still. And it feels like I still have to prove myself, even though I know what my truth is. That is my advice. Live for you. Forget them. Yeah, my mom, I said this a lot and I sound like my mom. This is just the beginning of your life. Think of all the things you could have, would have, should have. If you died today, who would miss you? Would your mom miss you? Would your dad? Would your brothers? Would your sisters? Would your grandma? Whatever. Would they miss you? Is that what you want to do? Because once you do that, you can't come back. Death is permanent. Cutting can be that could be forever. Don't ever sell yourself short. You don't deserve that, and neither did I. Yeah, that's one crappy experience. One of many. That's not the end. Don't let that define you. Don't. You are worth it. And eventually, you'll make somebody happy. Even my boyfriend contemplated suicide in his situation at one point, and I told him, I said, we would have never met. I'd kill myself. We would have never met, even though we met in the bizarrest way ever. Don't sell yourself short. Don't let them win. Keep being you. Keep fighting for you. And don't let anybody ever put you down. And as corny as this sounds, Pink's song. Fucking perfect. You're perfect to me. So if you feel that way, like you can't message me. Message me. I will be here to listen. And I will help you. But don't ever sell yourself short. Your life is just beginning. Don't let them win. It's not worth it. Be you. Be who you want to be. Be someone you want to be proud of later. Like I said, I'm graduating. That's a stepping stone in my life. I can't wait, hopefully, to see the more I will have because I decided not to do it.